Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Betting Insights. I am Timothy alongside Sergio.
Hey everybody.
Welcome back, everybody. We were off last week, pressed for some time, but we are back this week. Now, we didn't have a show last week, but I still gave out some picks on my Instagram account. I gave out 7 picks, went 6-1, so that was a good weekend. But today we are back together to give out our best bets and all picks and leans for the upcoming weekend. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, smash the like button. Today we are starting with La Liga. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. First game on the schedule, Cadiz hosting Real Betis. Cadiz wins set at 3.1. Real Betis wins set at 2.6. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, this line looks fishy considering that Cadiz is one of the worst teams in the league, also the lowest scoring team in the league. But surprisingly, they have only lost 3 games at home. Now, they haven't won a lot, just 2 wins, so a lot of draws. The first meeting also ended in a draw, but Cadiz should be happy it was only a draw. They were outplayed in every form and fashion. Betis also playing better of late. One loss in the last 4 games. That was against Barcelona. Also, Betis has not been great on the road, but they can take advantage here of the lowest scoring team in the league. So, Sergio, are we looking at another draw?
No, I don't think so. I think Betis is going for the win. They're playing against the number 18 in the league. Although Betis hasn't won the last 3 games against Cadiz, so I think that now it's time for a win. I don't see Betis doing anything in this game. The last 2 games were a draw. Before that, they lost 3. So no, I don't see it happening. I think Betis will win this one.
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Betis, but I like the under much more in this spot. If you look at the head-to-head matchup, not a lot of goals. The last 3 games also under 2.5 goals. And if you look at the last 6, 7 meetings, only once has there been more than 2 goals. So the under's also a good spot, but the lean is, of course, towards Betis. All right, let's get to the next game. Alaves hosting Villarreal. Alaves wins set at 2.23. Villarreal wins set at 3.45. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, Alaves just 2 losses in the last 7 games, while Villarreal looks to be playing better. Beating Barcelona on the road, of course, but that was after 4 straight road defeats. I think Alaves will really frustrate Villarreal here because they will defend deep, and we saw Villarreal struggle against teams that defend deep, teams like Cadiz, Mallorca, Las Palmas in the last games. So this one could be very similar. I'm not expecting many goals here. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
This one looks more like a draw. I mean, but still, you have to feel for Villarreal. It's really terrible what's going on at this club, the Yellow Submarines.
Yes.
But no, I'm actually leaning towards a draw in this one. Alaves, of course, has a bigger chance. They look like the better team, but I'm still leaning more towards a draw.
Yeah, a draw is for me also the most likely outcome, slightly towards Alaves. They look like the better team. They look to be in better form at the moment. So I agree with you there. Let's get to the next game. Real Sociedad hosting Osasuna. Real Sociedad wins set at 1.88. Osasuna wins set at 5.3. Line for the total goal set at 1.5. Now, Real Sociedad 3 straight draws without a single goal on either side. Osasuna also failed to score in the last 2 games. These teams met in the Copa del Rey 3 weeks ago, and Sociedad was dominant on the road. First league meeting was also somewhat of a dominant performance by Sociedad, although the scoreline would not indicate that. But now going home, I can't see Osasuna winning this game, so give me Sociedad for a win is one of my favorite bets for the weekend. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. For me, it's also Sociedad win. They're playing at home, 3 draws. the last 3 games. So yeah, I think it's time for a win now. And at home against Osasuna, I think it's their best chance.
Yeah, also, Real Sociedad has been great at home. They haven't lost a lot of games at home. Barcelona all being one of them, but other than that, they have been at least solid at home. All right,
Yeah.
let's get to the next game. Real Madrid hosting Girona. Real Madrid wins set at 1.47. Girona wins set at 6.75. Line for the total goal set at 3.5. Now that's a high total. Listen, Girona's a nice story. I know they went on the road and beat Barcelona, but Barcelona's very vulnerable at the moment. I can see them going on the road and beating Real Madrid. Now, I do think the line is a tad bit disrespectful, but Real should be favored in this game, and they should win this game. Real already beat them in the first meeting, and I can see a similar scoreline here. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, and also I think that Girona, I I won't say I can't say that their form is fading, but they're not as good as in the beginning of the season, and
Especially not on the road.
yeah, especially not on the road. And so, like you said, Real already beat them in the first round. That means that Real knows how to approach the game. So I'll go for a Real win again. I don't see Girona winning, especially not in Bernabeu.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And also, if Girona were to win, they would climb over Real Madrid to take over the number 1 spot. And I can't see Real letting that happen.
But it's worth a try, it's number 2, so you never know. But
Yeah,
crazy things happen. But
crazy things can happen. Anything
but
can happen on a given Sunday or at least a Saturday in this game. All right, let's get to the next game. Las Palmas hosting Valencia. Las Palmas wins set at 2.65. Valencia wins set at 3.1. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, these teams are very close to each other. Valencia is in slightly better form, but Las Palmas has been very solid at home. They even gave Real Madrid and Barcelona some trouble in the last 2 home games. And although Valencia is trending upwards, winning this game on the road may be too much to ask. In the first meeting, Las Palmas dominated possession. I know they lost, but that was early in the season where they were really struggling to score goals. Now they look to be in better form. So playing at home, you would have to favor slightly Las Palmas at least. So a double chance for Las Palmas to win or draw. I can't see Valencia winning this game. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
I'm leaning more towards Valencia. I was already looking at this game, and yeah, Valencia's form the last 6 games, just 2 losses. Away against Las Palmas. I know it's difficult, but still, Valencia is still the bigger team. Their form is better the last 6 games, so I have a small lean towards Valencia to win this one.
Valencia may be the bigger team, but they're only 3 points ahead of Las Palmas in the standings, only 2 spots. And if you look at their goal difference, Las Palmas is actually better, +3, while Valencia has a goal difference of +2. So don't disrespect Las Palmas. I know they just promoted to La Liga, but they've been playing very well, and it's a great achievement being in the top 10 this late into the season. So they're playing very well.
Yeah, but the first round, Valencia won. So
Yeah, but that was Valencia at home. Now they go on the road. And like I said, in the first meeting, Las Palmas dominated possession. They struggled to create chances and score, but I think things will be different this time.
okay, we'll see.
All right, let's get to the next game. Getafe hosting Celta. Getafe wins set at 2.28. Celta wins set at 3.6. Line for the total goals set again at 2.5. Now, neither team is in form. I know both teams average and allow more than a goal a game, First meeting was also a 2-2 draw, but this is a classic low-scoring game. I'm still leaning slightly towards Getafe because they're at home, but they have lost 3 of the last 4 at home, while Celta has only lost 2 out of the last 10. So this could very easily be a draw, right?
Or a Getafe win. Getafe is playing at home against Celta. Not one of the yeah bigger teams in the league. So I'm leaning more towards Getafe to win this one at home. Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad bet. I can see Celta sneaking out a draw. I can't see them getting a win, so it may be a double chance for Getafe. But listen, going for a outright Getafe win is not a bad bet in this spot. Let's get to the next game. Mallorca hosting Rayo. Mallorca wins set at 2.45. Rayo wins set at 3.4. Line for total goals set at 1.5. And listen, man, the line tells you everything. They're not expecting a lot of goals, and neither am I. Both teams averaging less than a goal a game. Mallorca has not scored in 3 straight games, while Rayo is winless in 5 and failed to score in 2 of those games. Surprisingly, Mallorca has only 2 losses at home all season, so the play here should be Mallorca win or draw. But listen, man, this should be a very low-scoring game and probably very boring. Or are you doing something here, Sergio?
Yeah, no, of course not. It's if a draw had 2 names, it would be Mallorca and Rayo Vallecano. Yeah, so no, I'm staying away from this game. It's if you want to do something on this, it's a full-on draw.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. All right, let's get to the next game. Sevilla hosting Atletico Madrid. Sevilla wins set at 3.7. Atletico Madrid wins set at 2.07. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Sevilla finally won a league game again, while Atletico got bounced out of the Copa del Rey by Athletic Bilbao. But this is a good bounce back spot. You know, Simeone will want his players to respond here, and I believe they will. These teams already met twice this season. Both were a low-scoring victory for Atletico Madrid, and I believe the same will happen here. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Of course. And Atletico, yeah, they need the points. So Sevilla, yeah, they won, first game in a long time. So no, still they're playing at home also, but yeah, still I'm definitely putting my money on Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, that's definitely the play. And although Sevilla won their last game, they still got outplayed by Rayo Vallecano. If you look in terms of ball possession, goals attempts, shots on goal, and also expected goals. So they were very fortunate to win against Rayo, who's not a very good team. Atletico Madrid, different, much different. So Atletico Madrid should win this game. All right, let's get to the next game. Barcelona hosting Granada. Barcelona wins set at 1.25. Granada wins set at 12.5. Line for the total goal set at 3.5. Now listen, Barcelona, not their best season by their standards. So it seems like anyone could take points from Barcelona, but not Granada, right?
No, I sure hope not. Otherwise, Safi doesn't have to wait till the end of the season to leave. But like you said, Granada, yeah, that would be. I think that would be terrible if they drop points against Granada, because they're in the fight with Atletico Madrid and Athletic Club Bilbao, so. They can't afford to lose, and especially not against Granada. If they lose points against Granada, they're in trouble for the rest of the season. So or the remaining of the season.
They're already in trouble, but this would mean, and they would be in much more trouble.
No, but I mean for the Champions League spot, I think they know they can't count on a championship anymore. So for the Champions League, they're in a fight with Athletic Club and Atletico Madrid. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, let's get to the next game. Almeria hosting Athletic Bilbao. Almeria wins set at 5. Athletic Bilbao wins set at 1.74. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, why is there so much value backing Athletic Bilbao going on the road against the worst team in the league?
Well, maybe because it's a Monday. I don't know what, but you know, maybe it's because it's a Monday. But I don't think Almeria could even draw here. So no, I'm Athletic Club. Yeah, I'm still putting my money on them.
Yeah, you just have to in this spot, and this is just great value. Athletic Bilbao, I know they're only standing fifth, but if you look at them play, they look like one of the better teams in La Liga, and I can't see Almeria getting anything out of this game. Maybe not even scoring a goal in this game. So you just have to pound Atletico Bilbao in this spot.
Yeah, sure. Me also.
All right.
Atletico Madrid. Athletic Bilbao for me.
let's that wraps up La Liga. Let's get to the Premier League. First game on the schedule, Manchester City hosting Everton. City wins set at 1.21. Everton wins set at 16. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, listen, I don't have a bet here in this game. City should roll here. Everton, they had a slightly good run, couple of games, but now they revert back to the team that looks to be fighting for a spot in the Premier League next season. So, are you doing something here, Sergio?
No, it should be a City win. Kevin De Bruyne is back. City looks like the team, or yeah, the best team in the world again. So yeah, Everton. I don't think they stand a chance this weekend.
No, certainly not going at City. All right, let's get to the next game. Tottenham hosting Brighton. Tottenham wins set at 1.82. Brighton wins set at 4.2. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, Tottenham has lost 1 out of their last 6 home games, while Brighton is also picking up form, losing just 1 of 8. Now, Brighton trashed Tottenham in the first meeting, but there were some really sloppy mistakes at the back by Tottenham. Tottenham is rightfully favored in this spot. I'm still wondering if Son will play in this game. Of course, he should be back from the Asian Cup. What are you doing here, Sergio?
For me it's Tottenham. They I don't know, they have to get these points. And Song, I think he'll be back. Yeah, because
Yeah,
yeah,
they got knocked out 2 days
they got
ago.
knocked
So
out. Yeah, so I think he'll be back. Maybe he won't start, but he'll be back definitely. But no, for me it's a Tottenham win.
I'm still on the fence here. Tottenham, like I said, they're very good at home, but Brighton is slightly picking up form. So uh, I'm kind of on the fence here. I don't have a best bet for Tottenham. It's just a slight lean. All right, let's get to the next game. Fulham hosting Bournemouth. Fulham wins set at 2.38. Bournemouth wins set at 3.05. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Fulham winless in the last 5 games, while Bournemouth has only lost once in the last 5 games. And 2 out of the last, but still not a lot to separate the teams. And also, Fulham has been very solid at home. So my bet here would be draw or win for Fulham. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing something this game. For me, this one looks more like a draw. Also, Fulham at home. Definitely, they'll at least want a point. So the difference is also just 1 point between these two teams. So losing, I think, won't be an option for the Fulham. I
Yeah,
think they'll even go for a draw.
yeah, that's why I like draw or win Fulham in this spot. Um, Bournemouth is in better form, but still Fulham at home. I would trust them more in this spot. All right, let's get to the next game. Wolves hosting Brentford. Wolves win set at 2.18. Brentford win set at 3.5. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, this is an easy bet for me. One of my favorite bets for the weekend. Wolves win has to be the play here. They lost their last home game against United, but were very unfortunate to concede in the final minutes of the game. Aside from that, the last home game they lost was back in mid-September last year against Liverpool, while Brentford has won one game in the last 2 months. So give me Wolves for a win here. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, especially the way they smashed Chelsea gave them a lot of confidence, of course. So, so for me it's also a Wolves win and very good odds. So definitely Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves just smashed Chelsea. And remember when you were backing Chelsea to go on the road and beat Wolves? Well, turns out they can't even beat Wolves when they're playing at home. So keep that in
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
All
I
right.
was wrong.
Let's get to the next game. Luton Town hosting Sheffield United. Luton wins set at 1.76. Sheffield wins set at 5. Line for total goal set at 2.5. I don't have a bet here. Luton is heavily favored in this spot, and I can understand why. Sheffield just the worst team in the league. But two of the worst teams facing off here, so the lean would be towards the home team. But listen, man, not a game you want to really risk your money on. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
Yeah, no, but Luton looks to be they didn't lose the legs in the last 6 games, I think. So yeah, so they're definitely in better form. So I would lean towards Luton actually to win this one.
Yes. All right. Next game, Liverpool hosting Burnley. Liverpool wins set at 1.19. Burnley wins set at 18. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, listen, Burnley is not winning this game, not going on the road beating Liverpool. And also, Liverpool coming off a loss against Arsenal, so they would want to bounce back. And this is the perfect spot at home. Are you doing something, Sergio?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing nothing. Apparently, yeah, no, I think they'll have to let this one pass and just look for another game
Yeah, look forward
to
to the next game.
get some points. Yes,
Yeah.
because this one is a no-go.
All right, let's get to the next game. Nottingham Forest hosting Newcastle United. Forest wins set at 3.6. Newcastle wins set at 2.12. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, Newcastle fresh up of giving up 4 goals against Luton in just a wild game, while Forest had some disappointing results before beating Bristol City in overtime in the FA Cup. Newcastle also a team that had a rough road stretch and just looked like one of the worst teams in the league on the road. But they are starting to get healthy, getting a lot of players back. So this is a good spot for them. Also, they have won 3 straight on the road, and I think this will be 4. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, I'm going for Newcastle also to win this one. Yeah, it's um they're the better team. I think also better form and yeah. So and the odds are really good also. So I'm uh, I'm going for Newcastle to win this one.
Yeah, we agree there. Let's get to the next game. West Ham hosting Arsenal. West Ham wins set at 6.1. Arsenal wins set at 1.58. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Arsenal is picking up form again, 3 straight wins, while West Ham is just in awful form at the moment. They got smashed by United last time out. Now, Arsenal got beaten 2-0 in the first meeting, but that was a what the hell happened game. Arsenal dominated, created more chances, and were just unfortunate. With the form West Ham is in, Arsenal should continue their winning streak here, even on the road, right?
Yes, of course, and of course for they want the top spot also. So against West Ham, not in very good form. They'll probably get the 3 points.
Yes, they should. All right, let's get to the next game. Aston Villa hosting Manchester United. Villa wins set at 2.3. United wins set at 3.05. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, Villa lost a disappointing home game against Chelsea in midweek, but their winning streak for home games in the league is still ongoing. United has gotten a lot of players back from injury and picked up two impressive wins. Now, the first meeting was a crazy game. Villa gave up a 2-0 lead. They outplayed United in the first half, but were outplayed in the second half and ended up losing this game. So what can we expect here? A repeat from the first half or the second half?
I'm definitely going for a Villa to win this one. Now they're playing at home. Of course, the disappointing defeat against Chelsea. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't know what happened to Chelsea that day, but still, Man United away at Villa. No, I don't think. I don't think Villa will be or be surprised two games in a row.
No, I agree with you there. And Villa Park is just wild, especially in the league games. So the second half performance from United in the first matchup, they will have a tough time repeating that, even with all those players back from injury. So I'm also going for a Villa win here. All right, let's get to the next game. Crystal Palace hosting Chelsea. Palace wins set at 4.5. Chelsea wins set at 1.87. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, like I said earlier, it's hard to trust Chelsea going on the road, but they did pick up an impressive win against Villa in midweek and now visit a Crystal Palace team that has only beaten Sheffield, Brentford, and Burnley in the last 18 games. So you could easily make a case that those are three of the worst teams in the league, and certainly two out of the three are the worst teams in the league. So although Chelsea has not been great on the road, I'm going to back them in this spot against Crystal Palace. They have to win this game. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. And yeah, it's still Chelsea. Uh, not
You
so
st-
good at
you
away
still you
games.
still have PTSD, right?
Yeah, yeah, I still haven't. I don't trust them also at all. But like you said, this game is a almost must win for them.
Yeah, one of my favorite bets for the weekend. Chelsea wins this game. All right, that wraps up the Premier League. Let's get to the Eredivisie. First game on the schedule, RKC hosting NEC. RKC wins set at 3. NEC wins set at 2.35. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I got NEC in this spot. They're on a roll. Have not lost a game since the beginning of December, while RKC has one win since then. I'm very confident RKC will get relegated. Only Vitesse scores fewer goals than RKC, and you know how trash Vitesse is. So NEC is my bet for this game. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, yeah, but still, RKC they can't keep losing, or a win has to come sooner or later.
Yeah,
They
you see,
haven't
you
won.
said that 1 month ago.
Yeah, yeah, but it's getting closer. So they haven't won in the last what 7 games. All right, they lost. Or they haven't won in the last 5 games against NEC also. So yeah, yeah, but still, of course, the lean is towards NEC, but RKC. Was Michiel Kramer will be playing again, I think.
Well, if you're on the fence on this game, just take the over 2.5, because I can't see RKC shutting out NEC. So if they're gonna win this game, they're gonna have to score more than once. So the over 2.5 goals would be a good bet for this game.
Yeah, but NEC played a midweek game also, so you know that's why I'm hesitating also. But
Yeah,
but
well
but
then you
maybe
should
you're right.
yeah, then you should take the over 2.5
Yeah.
because RKC is not shutting out NEC. All right, let's get to the next game. Excelsior hosting Twente. Excelsior wins set at 6.4. Twente wins set at 1.53. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Excelsior got beaten by Almere City last time out. So 1 win in the last 5. Twente not much better, 2 wins. But they faced some good opponents during that stretch, Feyenoord and PSV. So they picked up a win last time out against RKC, and they should continue their winning streak here. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, Trent. They need these 3 points against Excelsior because they definitely won the third spot in the league because that gives them uh, uh, Champions League playoffs. I think they can go to the
Yes,
Champions League
yes.
playoffs.
They're playing the playoffs.
Yeah. So and Ajax and AZ are breathing down their neck. So I don't see Twente dropping points here. So I'm just going for a Twente win.
Yeah, me neither. Twente should win this game. All right, next game, Almere City hosting AZ. Almere City wins set at 5.1. AZ wins set at 1.68. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, AZ coming off back-to-back losses against Feyenoord. They're still figuring out things with their new coach. Now, obviously, they have the better players, but Almere City is a tricky team. You don't know which team is going to show up. It might be the team that got smashed by Heracles, or it might be the team that gave Ajax a run for their money. So, as it under the new coach, what can we expect here?
I'm going for the team that gave Ajax a run for their money. I AZ they played during the week also. They played against Feyenoord. They lost again. Um, they weren't playing that great even, and Almere City at home. Yeah, just like you said, they gave Ajax a run for the money, and I don't think AZ is a lot better than Ajax at this moment. So
No, I think Ajax is better at this moment.
yeah, of course, Ajax is better. So I'm just going for Almere City. I think this will be my best bet of the weekend. I think Almere City will win this game.
But the pressure will start to mount on the new coach, especially if he loses this game. So, AZ better start winning some games.
Yeah, the team hasn't changed. So during the winter break, they didn't strengthen their team. Uh, I don't see I don't see them winning in Almere actually.
All right, let's get to the next game. Heracles hosting Vitesse. Heracles wins set at 2.14. Vitesse wins set at 3.45. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now listen, Heracles is not great, so this is not me backing Heracles. This is just me fading Vitesse. You can't pick Vitesse. They lost to a second division team in midweek. Failed to score in 3 of the last 5 games. Give me
Yeah.
Heracles for a win. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yes, of course. Yeah, they lost against number 8 in the second
Yeah,
division. So,
Cambuur.
yeah, KV Leeuwarden. So yeah, no, Vitesse. Man, I watched that game and Vitesse. They're just. I think they gave up.
Yes,
Uh,
it
they
looks like they gave
they're
up.
already giving up.
Yes.
The players. They just. Yeah, I think it's because the best player was sold, left, and the moment he left, it looks like the team doesn't want to run in even anymore. So no, it's a Heracles win. Vitesse, they uh, they don't have their spine left anymore. So,
Yeah, they will be relegated.
yeah.
All right, let's get to the next game. Go Ahead Eagles hosting PEC. Go Ahead Eagles win set at 1.81. PEC wins set at 4.25. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now both teams in form here, and the Eagles were actually a very good home team, but now won just 1 out of 5 at home. While PEC was bad on the road, but now they're undefeated in the last 4 games. So these teams are also very close to each other, number 6 and number 8. So what can we expect here, Sergio?
I think Go Ahead will finally win a home game again. Because like you said, it's 1 out of 5, and against Pek Zwolle, yeah, Pek Zwolle, they had a good run, but yeah, it's gonna end somewhere, and at home, Go Ahead. I think it's the perfect place.
Yeah, they can't keep this up, not with the players they have. Go Ahead Eagles, very good at home, the last few games notwithstanding. All right, let's get to the next game. Heerenveen hosting Ajax. Heerenveen wins set at 4.6. Ajax wins set at 1.7. Line for the total goal set at 3.5. Now, Ajax is slightly starting to look like Ajax again, while Heerenveen is still struggling to buy a win since the beginning of December. I think this line is inflated. Ajax is in much better form, and should win this game. Just can't trust Heerenveen at the moment. What are you doing here, Sergio?
No, Heerenveen hasn't won in the last 8 games. That's a lot. Oh, okay, Ajax is visiting, so maybe they'll have a little bit more motivation to play better, but still, I think that the team lacks a lot of confidence. So I'm also just going for Ajax win.
All right, let's get to the next game. Utrecht hosting Fortuna. Utrecht wins set at 1.79. Fortuna wins set at 4.8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Utrecht got a little scare from Volendam last time out, but they ultimately won this game. Fortuna not in bad form, just losing 1 out of 5. The number 10 and number 11 plays facing off here, so this could be a very tight game. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, I'm going for a draw in this one because Utrecht, if they don't win or lose, uh, or if they don't lose, they draw. So uh, in the last 6 games, I think 4 of them were a draw. So yeah, no, I'm going for a draw in this game.
All right, let's get to the next game. Volendam hosting PSV. Actually, not. There's no reason to waste your time on the line here. I don't have a bet in this game. PSV should roll here. They're playing against one of the worst teams in the league. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
Maybe over 4.5. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
the line is set at 3.5, and PSV could easily push this over the 3.5 by themselves. So
Yeah,
uh,
so
maybe
yeah,
you could play the over in this spot.
yeah, but it should be an easy PSV win either way. So no, not an interesting game to maybe even watch. So
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next game. Feyenoord hosting Sparta. Maybe a bit similar. Feyenoord wins set at 1.80. Sparta wins set at 20. Line for total goals, also 3.5. So again, I don't have a bet in this game. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
yeah,
Feyenoord should roll, right?
yeah. Of course, this is a derby usually, but yeah, but the difference is way too big this season. Sparta against Feyenoord, 20 points difference, and Sparta not in the best form at the moment. So it should be an easy Feyenoord win. I agree.
All right, let's get to the sorry, that wraps up Eredivisie. Let's get to Serie A. First game, Serie A, Salernitana hosting Empoli. Salernitana wins set at 2.45. Empoli wins set at 3.1. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, I don't have a bet in this game. Two of the worst teams, so I don't trust either. I hate backing either. Slightly favor Empoli, but again, Salernitana's playing at home. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, no, it's I don't see anything else happening than a draw here. So yeah, it's a stay away for me.
All right, we agreed there. Next game, Cagliari hosting Lazio. Cagliari wins set at 3.85. Lazio wins set at 2.1. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, Lazio, bit of a rough stretch. Not winless in the last 3 games, but they faced some tough opponents. Now they face a lowly Cagliari team, so perfect opponent to get back into the win column, right?
Yes, of course, and the odds are very interesting also. So Lazio definitely a team to watch this weekend. And I maybe put some money on them also.
Yeah, Lazio should win this game. All right, let's get to the next game. Roma hosting Inter. Roma wins set at 4.5. Inter wins set at 1.87. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Roma is starting to look slightly different under the new coach, De Rossi. So can they trouble Inter here, the best team in the league, coming off beating Juventus last week?
Yeah, Inter hasn't dropped points or lost a game in a while. So why not against Roma at home? So yeah, I'm small lean towards Roma. Maybe a draw, but I have a feeling Inter won't win this weekend.
Maybe, but listen, man, it's hard to step in front of Inter if you look at how they're playing. They're no question they're the best team in Serie A. Also, best defense, only allowing 10 goals. Highest scoring team, scoring 51 goals. So listen, they will drop points at some point, but listen, you can predict win. So I'm not stepping in front of that train. Um, if you want to do something with Roma, just sprinkle something on Roma. Don't go too heavy, right?
Yeah, yeah, right. I agree, but it's just a feeling that I have.
All right. Let's get to the next game. Sassuolo hosting Torino. Sassuolo wins set at 3.35. Torino wins set at 2.25. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, I like the over 2.5 goals in this spot. Sassuolo is still struggling to figure things out on defense. They allowed 4 goals against a Bologna team that really doesn't want to score that much, right? Bologna wants to score once and just park the bus. You allow 4 goals against Bologna. You still got some things to figure out defensively. Now, Torino, not one of the highest scoring teams in the league, but still, I would look to play the over 2.5 goals here. What are you doing, Sergio?
No, this is a stay away for me also. Yeah, no, I don't see. Yeah, Sassuolo. Yeah, it's difficult. The last two games, two losses. I'm feeling more like a draw in this game. Yeah, it's a stay away for me.
All right, for me, I like the over 2.5. Let's get to the next game. Fiorentina hosting Frosinone. Fiorentina wins set at 1.53. Frosinone wins set at 6.4. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Frosinone sometimes look to be a sneaky opponent, but not on the road. On the road, they're far from good. Fiorentina playing at home. They lost their last home game against Inter, but this is the perfect opponent to bounce back, right?
Yeah, especially 4 games without a win. Fiorentina, with their standards, they need to win this game against Frosinone. So I'm leaning towards Fiorentina to win this one.
All right, me also. Let's get to the next game. Bologna hosting Lecce. Bologna wins set at 1.73. Lecce wins set at 5.5. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, this is an easy one for me. Bologna wins this game. One of my favorite bets for the weekend. Bologna has been great at home. They only lost once at home, and that was opening day against AC Milan. Other than that, they have just rolled on at home, while Lecce has struggled on the road to say the least, still winless on the road. So give me Bologna for a win here. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Bologna, especially because they're playing at home. But as 5 games, they just won, yeah, 1 game. So
Yeah, yeah, true.
in
They,
a,
yeah, they had a rough stretch. They had a rough
yeah,
stretch.
yeah, so at home, Lecce, perfect opponent. So yeah, because they're playing at home, I'll agree with you for Bologna.
All right, let's get to the next game. Monza hosting Hellas Verona. Monza wins set at 2.1. Verona wins set at 3.7. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, Monza, Verona, neither team scores more than 1 goal a game. So we're looking at a possibly a low scoring game here. What are you doing, Sergio?
I think you mean a low scoring draw. So yeah, for me, it's a stay away. It's definitely gonna be a draw. This one.
Yeah, Monza used to be solid at home, but not of late. If you look at the last 5 home games, only 2 wins. So this could easily be a draw, and yes, very likely a low-scoring draw. All right, let's get to the next game. Genoa hosting Atalanta. Genoa wins set at 3.7. Atalanta wins set at 2.12. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, two teams very much in form in this spot. Um, Genoa hasn't lost a game in a while Atalanta is on a roll, winning 5 straight. Atalanta still has the better player, so I would just Atalanta is rightfully favored in this spot, and I believe they will continue their winning streak here. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, Atalanta's one of my best bets this weekend. Great odd, good team. They're of course in better form, so I'm going for a Atalanta win.
Yeah, Genoa hasn't lost in a while, but a lot of draws sprinkled there in between, while Atalanta is just on a hot winning streak. So I believe that will continue here. Great bet. All right, let's get to the next game. AC Milan hosting Napoli. AC Milan wins set at 1.97. Napoli wins set at 3.85. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, Napoli not in great form, especially not on the road. If you look at the last 5 road games, winless, and they have failed to score in the last 4 road games. So this should be a easy Milan win. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Mm, I won't say easy, but yeah, Milan should win this one. And odd 197, 96. Yeah, it's a very, very good odd, but not easy, but I think they'll win it.
Yeah, I can't trust Napoli going on the road. Like I said, failed to score in 4 straight road games. They will have a tough time here going up against AC Milan. All right, let's get to the next game. Juventus hosting Udinese. Juventus wins set at 1.33. Udinese wins set at 8.5. Line for the total goals set at 2.5. Now Juventus fresh off the defeat against Inter, but this is the perfect opponent to bounce back, win this game, you're at home, and you keep the pressure on Inter because it's actually far from over, right?
Yeah, sure. It's still possible. I think Inter has the better papers to win this game. So, but yeah, Juventus against Udinese, this one should be an easy one for Juventus.
And especially if Inter drops points against Roma, like you predict, um, that should give Juventus some extra motivation and make the gap a little bit closer.
Yes, then they can.
All right, that wraps up Serie A. Last but not least, Bundesliga. First game on the schedule, Borussia Dortmund hosting Freiburg. Dortmund wins set at 1.5. Freiburg wins set at 6.1. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Dortmund did not win their last game, a draw against Heidenheim. Somewhat disappointing, but they have been hot coming out of the winter break, no pun intended. Now being at home, they should continue their undefeated streak. Freiburg may score in this game, but they will have a hard time keeping up with Dortmund. So Dortmund should win this game.
Yeah, definitely. Even though it's a Friday, usually crazy things happen on a Friday, but Borussia Dortmund against Freiburg, I think they'll make an exception and just win this game.
All right.
For Dortmund.
Next game, Werder Bremen hosting Heidenheim. Bremen wins set at 1.84. Heidenheim wins set at 4.3. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now 3 straight wins for Bremen, and they have been somewhat solid at home, while Heidenheim is one of the worst road teams. They have picked up 5 points in the last 3 road games, but 4 of those points came against Mainz and Keulen. So do the math. Before that, they had lost 6 of 7 on the road. The other one was a draw. So Werder Bremen should win this game. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, I agree. Werder Bremen, the last 3 games they played at home against Heidenheim, they didn't lose. So Heidenheim, yeah, it looks like they like to draw, especially the last 4 games. So I'm leaning towards Werder, yeah, to win this one also.
All right, let's get to the next game. Augsburg hosting Leipzig. Augsburg wins set at 4.2. Leipzig wins set at 1.79. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, Leipzig picked up a much needed win after facing three tough opponents, while Augsburg has lost back-to-back home games against Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. So, also no shame in that. Before that, they were very solid at home. Leipzig should be hungry to continue their winning streak here. But the first meeting, Leipzig rolled. If you look at the score, but if you look at the expected goals, it really favored Augsburg. But then again, Augsburg has not beaten Leipzig since 2017. So will that continue here, Sergio?
Yeah, no, I'm leaning towards Leipzig. I think the win last time around was the one they needed to get things going again. And against Augsburg, it won't be easy, but I still think Leipzig will win this one.
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Leipzig in this spot. Next game, Borussia Mönchengladbach hosting Darmstadt. Gladbach wins set at 1.62. Darmstadt wins set at 5.6. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, listen, Gladbach is not great, but they have lost one home game since October, that being the last one. Hosting the worst team in the league, they should get back on the winning column, right?
Yeah, Darmstadt hasn't won in the last 14 games, yeah, no, it's definitely a Gladbach win. They can't afford to also drop points against Darmstadt, dus I think it's just a easy win for Gladbach.
Yes, that should be the case. All right, next game, Frankfurt hosting Bochum. Frankfurt wins set at 1.74. Bochum wins set at 4.9. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Frankfurt somewhat inconsistent in recent games, but going home and facing Bochum is a good spot, especially after suffering an embarrassing loss against Keulen. First meeting between these teams was a draw. Bochum played very well, but that was at home. They're very different on the road. Just one win against Darmstadt. So congratulations. That doesn't mean anything. Frankfurt should win this game, right?
Yes, they should, but yeah, I'm staying away from this game actually. Yeah, I still have this weird feeling that it will still be a draw, but Frankfurt, of course, the better team. Yeah, maybe a small lean, but yeah,
Yeah, I can understand where that feeling's coming from. If you look at some of the games Frankfurt they've played, you're like, what the
yeah,
hell are they doing?
yeah.
But listen, at home they're usually ready to go. So I would still back them in this spot.
Mm.
All right, let's get to the next game. Union hosting Wolfsburg. Union wins set at 2.23. Wolfsburg wins set at 3.4. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Four straight draws for Wolfsburg, while Union has two straight home wins, albeit against Darmstadt and Keulen. So still not impressed. Also not impressed what I'm seeing from Wolfsburg. And Union is not good, so hard to trust either team. I think this will be a draw. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, yeah, couldn't agree with you more. Although Union is playing at home, um, they got a new player, Vertessen. I don't think he is allowed to play already, but Vertessen is a good one. Maybe he'll change things around a
No,
little bit.
no, no,
No,
no, no,
no, you don't think so?
no. Not even a slight bit.
Yeah, he played in the Champions League. Yeah, he scored against Sevilla also. So you never know. But yeah, but no, I agree with you. It should be a draw. Maybe a small lean towards Union, but still, it's a draw.
All right, let's get to the next game. Leverkusen hosting Bayern Munich. Definitely the game of the week here. Leverkusen wins set at 2.7. Munich wins set at 2.48. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Leverkusen, they're playing at home and they're still underdogs, even though they have looked like the better team throughout the season. So, is Leverkusen being disrespected here?
I think they're definitely being disrespected. Of course, from the last, I think for the six games or so, they won just one game against the Bayern. Yeah, but this season is different, I think, and it looks like it also. I think they still haven't lost, right? So
No,
yeah,
they still haven't lost a game.
yeah. So that's the danger in it. They haven't lost the game yet. So if they could lose one, it would be against Bayern, or it could be against Bayern. So mm, lean towards Leverkusen, but still,
Yeah,
Bayern.
if they win this game, they're probably gonna be crowned champions, and they may go undefeated. And I just really have a hard time seeing that happen. Listen, Leverkusen has to be the bet because they will be ready for this game. This game will mean a lot to them. They know if they win this game, they're that much closer to winning the Bundesliga. So Leverkusen should be the bet, but listen, man, I'm kind of on the fence here. I really want to pick Bayern because I have a hard time seeing Leverkusen just finishing this season undefeated.
Undefeated. Yeah. That's the same problem I have. So I know I'm leaning towards Bayern.
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Bayern Munich on this spot. All right, let's get to the next game. Stuttgart hosting Mainz. Stuttgart wins set at 1.46. Mainz wins set at 7.5. Leinfeld saw the goal set at 2.5. Now, Stuttgart lost in the cup against Leverkusen, but now at home where they have only lost one game all season and scored at least twice in every home game. Against one of the worst teams in the league, Stuttgart win. Can't see anything else happening. What are you doing, Sergio?
No, of course, it's definitely a Stuttgart win. Yeah, the points against Mainz, I think they already calculated that one. So no, it's a Stuttgart win, definitely.
All right, next game, Hoffenheim hosting Keulen. Hoffenheim wins set at 1.84. Keulen wins set at 4.1. Leinfeld saw the goal set at 2.5. Now, Hoffenheim still without any win since actually before the winter break, but played well in the last two games. Keulen got a home win against Frankfurt, so should be fat and happy. I'm backing Hoffenheim at home to get a win again in a while. Hoffenheim is the better team, and Keulen lowest scoring team in the league, so Hoffenheim maybe just need to score once to win this game. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Yeah, they haven't won in the last 6 games, and against Keulen, yeah, it's a perfect chance for them to win. I agree with you. I'm leaning towards Hoffenheim to win this game.
All right, that wraps up Bundesliga, and that wraps up all picks and leans for the upcoming weekend. Quick recap for our best bets. I'm kind of going out on a limb here. I have 8 bets that I really like. Ajax wins against Heerenveen. Sociedad wins against Osasuna. Atletico Madrid wins against Sevilla. Bilbao wins against Almeria. Wolves wins against Brentford. Chelsea wins against Crystal Palace. Bologna wins against Lecce. And Hoffenheim wins against Keulen. What do you have for your best bet, Sergio?
Yeah, I have, of course, I have Almere. I have Almere City. I have Real Betis, Wolves, of course, Newcastle, and Aston.
And you also had Atalanta, right?
Yeah, Atalanta. Yeah, right. And then Atalanta also.
All right. Now, that wraps up the show. Like we always say, guys, bet smart, bet with your head. Set your limits and stay within your means. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody.